Hey, good day. So we're with Abba's puppies and we have successful birth, a large litter we've got. Amongst this rabble, I think we've got 2 females, the rest are males. So, and they are 3 days of age today, 4 days of age, 4 days of age today. And yesterday we started supplementing the food. Not that they need it, as you see they're all there getting their feed and everything else. But it's about competition, it's about regulating the competition. And supplementing the food is not replacing, it's just a top up basically. At the moment it's going to be 3 bottles a day and it's 120 mils in a bottle between all the puppies, so that's 360 between all the puppies a day at the moment. And it's just to regulate that level of competition. Everybody gets a little bit. It's good for handling as well, so it takes us, we're going to be really ahead of ourselves. There we go. And it's not to replace the mother's milk, it's just a little bit extra, so there's less competition. It's to control that competition. Because that's the first thing, that's the first instinct that becomes, what's the word? Imprinted. The bigger the litter, the more competition. It's just natural because they're competing to get to the mother's tip. And we want to control that. As I say, at the end of the day, the benefits of this is the handling. Don't really need to handle too much because we're feeding the puppies by hand, so they get used to the hand, etc., etc. So at 3 weeks, we're well ahead of ourselves. Then we go back, it's just a little feed, and then we take another one. Boom. Hello, here we go, that's a shame, isn't it? And then, there we go, dunk. There we go, there we go, there we go. And good weight, they're nice and strong, and that's what I want to keep. I want to keep that balance, I don't want anybody getting left behind. They're all around about 450 grams now. There's a couple at 500, but all around about 450. So we're not a huge disparity in weight or anything like that. And that's what I want to keep. What we're aiming for is a litter. Wait a minute. You're doing well there. Okay, well, there we go. And the next one. Here we go. There we go. So it's just all about just controlling that competition with a little smaller litter. You have to be really firm on the handling to get that competition going. The handling is quite gentle. The only thing I'm doing really with handling at the moment is feeding. And that's good enough because they're going to get used to me, so by the time they hit 3 weeks I am their mother, as it were. They're going to be used to, hello, should we go again? Hey, no, we don't want any more of that horrible stuff, do we? So next one, there we go. Hello darling. Oops. There we go. So everybody gets a little bit. Easy, there we go. Have to swallow it, no point in pushing it out, is there? There we go, there we go. You have to get used to the bottle as well. Ooh. I think you need to clean that one, a little bit messy, isn't it? Boom, 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 boom. So as I say, it's all about just controlling the competition level, which is why we're feeding 3 times a day. It probably will increase into the second week, maybe 5 bottles a day. But it's not to replace the mother, it's to protect the mother. The nails are starting to develop, and if we don't control the competition, their nails are going to get really, really hard and strong, and they'll be scraping on the mother. We want to avoid what's it, mastitis, is it? Yeah, that's what it's called, you know, where they scrape the mother's tip and it gets infected. So a lot of cleaning and everything else. And generally what we'll be looking at is cutting the nails around between 9 and 11 days. 9 days, 10 days being the optimal for me. That's a good level of competition. If we're cutting earlier, like at 8 days, and then we've got a very too competitive litter. If we're cutting later, at 12, 13, 14 days, then there's not enough competition. So optimal is 10, but 9 to 11 days. That's what I'll be looking towards. And I'll be happy with that. That's what we're trying to count on and get to. And that's why we are now, from yesterday, have started to supplement, make life a bit easier, get the competition good. And as I say, the benefits are the handling. I don't really need to do too much more than this when it comes to handling with the puppies. Because this is going to be all the way through, they're going to be so used to me by the time I hit 3 weeks. I will be their mother. So, oh, there we go. There we go, there we go. Everybody gets to turn on the bottle. I have to start like marking them, I guess. Do that next time. As I say, everything's going very, very well. Everybody's nice and relaxed, and that's what it's about, is you're working with the mother. And the competition does sort of set the tone for the puppies. It's imprinted how competitive they are, and that is by the food supply. So we need to control that food supply. There we go. Oops, daisy.